Hello, in this video I'm going to be fitting an oil filter relocation kit to the Mark II JZX110. So the reason behind the oil filter relocation is the Defi oil pressure gauge went a bit funny. So if you're a regular viewer, you may remember this clip from the first drive video. Like this. Oil pressure gauge is beeping. I don't know if you can hear that. It's gone now. Oh. Well, it ain't got low oil pressure because the engine doesn't knock. Shut up. Which to me indicates a bad sensor. So just before Karuma closed, I was able to get a replacement Defi gauge sensor. So yeah, I thought, well, while I'm fitting that, I might as well relocate the filter, because if you've done an oil filter change on one of these before, you'll know that it's not fun, especially if you've got large hands. So I'm going to do that at the same time. Big shout out to my friend Sean for letting me use his ramp and his workshop. So it makes this job 10 times easier rather than do it on the floor. So let's get the car up in the air and have a look. So now underneath the car, reference, so front of the engine where the pulleys are, just above or past the subframe, you can see the oil filter. There's a silver sandwich plate behind it, and you've got one, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, one sensor underneath. If you go around the other side, amongst all that, I'll pause the video and try and show you that way. But where this conduit is, where my finger is, the wires go to there. So I'll take the filter off first, drain as much oil as I can. Plugs are here for the gauges. Top one looks to be the one with for the oil pressure. It's got the sender unit bit on the top. And yeah, we'll get fitting. So it's a lot easier with some height on the car to gain access from this way. When I did the oil change last time, I came from the front of the car. So as you can imagine, we've got this power steering line, no, aircon line here. We've got power steering lines here to try and get your hand up here. Disconnected before I started the sensor plugs, so should make things a little easier. If I try and move them out of the way, kind of. There we go, a little bit more room. So now I need to remove the center nut, hold the sandwich plate on. Sandwich plate can come off with the sensors, and then I can transfer the sensor or the temperature sensor and the new one onto the remote head for the relocation. So the center adapter is now out. That was a 27mm socket. They probably are the same size for most cars. So with that now, I'll put this down. So hopefully it should just pull off. Or it's been on there that long, it's going to be seized. Yeah, I'm going to need two hands for this, 2 secs. So someone's fitted a Goretti sandwich plate and what looks like gasket sealant to seal it. Yeah, it's very questionable what some people do in Japan, but yeah, I mean, that'll clean up, it'll be reused. I don't know if that seal is knackered, hence the gasket sealant, not too sure. But I'll remove the sensors now. I'll do that on the bench, and just make sure that that maintenance face is clean, ready for the kit. So the relocation kit, fairly simple. You got 2 remote heads with barb takeoffs, and then these Allen grob screws for the sensors. 2 holes on the side for the bracket. So there's sensor holes for both engine side and where the filter sits. We've got blanking caps, 2 pieces of hose, some conduit, bracket and bolts, and then this is the replacement Defi sensor. So I've got the new sensor with PTFE tape now installed. These are tapered thread, so don't tighten them all the way down because you'll damage the thread. I did start to do the other sensor, and inside the center adapter there's a hole. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. For the sensor to pass through. But then if I do that, if I put the sensor in first, this centerpiece then can't turn. So I now need to fit this to the car and try and line up the hole, tighten this up so it's tight on the car, while also lining up the hole for the sensor to pass through. So I might mark on the side of this union here with a marker pen where I know where the hole is, and then hopefully get it lined up. I'll tighten up this top barb as well. Certainly don't want that coming loose. And yeah, I'll probably attach the hoses first, just to make things a little bit easier before putting it on. Right, slight change of plan with how I was going to go about doing this. So with the markings on that union, it was hard to see because my oily hands had wiped off the pen mark. So I decided refitted the bungs for the sensor or sensors back in there, hand tight with an Allen key, nipped up the bottom union, which has to be facing, or has to be on the bottom of it for oil flow, I'm guessing. Smear of oil around the O-ring when fitting it. 27mm steel for the center one to tighten it. I had to use a deep breach just to clear the barb. So then what I'll do is I'll fit the sensors on the remote head where the filter is, because there's more than enough cable for those to reach, and I'll just have to tidy it up around the side here. So yeah, let's have a look at those hoses. So these hoses, they're not blanks, they're actually like these cool covers with a Jubilee clip, just to tidy it up. As you can see, the braid has come away because I've had this on and off a few times while I was finding out the mistakes. So these push on the end of the hose, tidies it up just so it doesn't make it look like it's just a horrible Jubilee clip. So I'll attach these to the remote head on the car and then go ahead fitting the other end. Right, love a bit of trial and error. This is taking a little longer than I originally thought. So the remote head is on the car, the engine. So the barbs for the wire of the hoses are now tight. Hoses are pushed on as far as I can get them. Can I just about get a light on there? Originally I was going to fit the sensors on the remote head where the filter is, but looking at the instructions, there's one on the filter side and two on the engine side. So I've now put the temperature sensor, if I can shine the light terribly, sensors on that side next to the top takeoff, and then we have the two hoses here. So the bracket actually uses a bell housing bolt just here, which is attached to this earth wire, which is just here. You can see it dangling. So I'll build up the other side, and I think it's nearly there. So the other side is now built up, new filter, smear of oil on the seal, nipped up this centre bit. Obviously, as you nip this up, it tightens the filter more, so just be careful. The other barb is a 22mm, nip that up, tightened this 10mm and 5mm grub screw, 10mm bolt, 5mm grub screw for the sensors. It does say in the instructions that one port is for a mechanical sensor, the other one is a warning, Goretti warning, oil pressure warning, I think. So then we've got the new Defi gauge, Defi oil pressure sensor there with some PTFE. And then, yeah, we should be good to go. Right, don't know if that's in focus or not, but that's the remote head on the engine done. Hoses. To the relocation. Kind of looks like a starter motor sitting there. So, yeah, that's all done. Bolted to the bell housing bolt. And then I've just cable tied the wiring up against, there's a pipe coming down. I don't know what that's for. But cable tied it to something to make it all neater. Oh. And there we have it. So I just hope that it doesn't leak, because this was a bit of a pain to do. These Jubilee clips are not that great for some reason. A couple of them, this bottom one, it just wouldn't tighten up. So I had to sort of wedge a flathead screwdriver on top of the hose clip against the bottom of the other bit, the other cover. Might be able to see the paint chipped to apply pressure, and that finally did it. So yeah, I'll lower the car, top it up with some oil, and yeah, fingers crossed it doesn't leak. And on the test drive home, hopefully that sensor, the gauge, won't beep, tell them I've got low oil pressure warning, because I definitely don't. Apologies, the fan's going off. It's not leaking from the remote head, but it is leaking from this top union here. So let's try and solve that. So trying again, that looks good. No more leaking. I'll switch the engine off and I'll explain what it was. So what happened, so the top union, where the other side of that union is the threaded part that the filter goes onto, I thought that it would tighten against itself once the filter was on. Turns out it doesn't. So you need to make sure that that is tight first. Originally I didn't know if that was tight, if it was not tight enough, or whether the O-ring wasn't seated correctly. And then removing these hoses is an absolute faff. because there's obviously steel reinforced walls of the hose. It's just an absolute nightmare to get off the barb. Damaged one of the Jubilee clips in the process. Luckily, managed to get a spare one here. Hence why that's not looking great. So yeah, I had to remove, dismantle everything again, tighten up them two hex nuts, make sure they were tight, then put the hoses on, then put the filter on, etc., etc. So yes, that's now all done. So that's now not leaking, and the remote head on the car is all good. Let's look around here. Yep, no weeping, no leaking. All good. I did have a little mishap with the oil. Oh, move the camera down. Yeah, kind of knocked over the container of oil. Oops. Sorry, Sean. And that concludes this video. I just need to top up the oil again because obviously I had to take the filter off the second time. Top it up, and that is job a good one. So thanks for watching. Hope this is helpful for the JZX100 and 110. It might also probably be the same as Verossa and other models with a 1JZ GTE. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.